All right, well, I'm going to call it. As long as you guys don't worry about it being slightly unbalanced, I won't. So, welcome. I am getting ready for a date. I know. Me too. So, shall we do it? I am going to go straight in with the eyes because I have something kind of working up in my brain. We are going to a roller rink. I have not been since I went several years ago, like in maybe 2013, 14, maybe, to watch a derby match. And then before that, not since high school, and I didn't even skate then. We were using part of the area to practice swing dancing. I don't know the last time I was on skates. I'm not going to skate most likely unless they have like those trainer things. But we're going to another mixer for the source, and I thought, gee, what a fun time to watch people on a 21 plus night. So there's going to be drinking, and the lights are probably going to be low. There's going to be really loud music, lots of maybe like crazy flashing light shows, maybe some black light going on, and drunk queer people on skates. That's going to be a blast. So that's what we're doing. And I thought maybe we'd play with the eye and maybe even pull out the UV palette. Yeah. So let's get right into it. I do have my base on, and that is it. So I'm thinking maybe something ethereal. So we'll go into these palettes. I still have not gotten to play with all of the colors in this new palette, so we're going to go right in with this one. This is not the shirt I'm going to be wearing. I'm going to be wearing something that's kind of like one sleeve, and it has like a moth and some like witchy kind of things. So I don't know, I can really do anything. It's black with white, and that's the only colors. So we can play. I'm thinking maybe going into like this area here. Let's see what I've got that can complement it. So we've got really a glitter palette that will lend towards the pastel-y side of things. And then, gosh, I haven't gotten into this in a minute. Let's see what we have. We can play with anything, really. The white's calling to me, maybe the purple, the aqua. All right, so we can really do anything. So let's set up a base. Yeah. All right, cool. So let's just go right into it. Let's pick up the eye primer. I was ready today. I know, it shocked me too. So let's just get right into it. Where did I leave my mirror? Right here. And let's get a little bit of this whacked in here. Since we are working with pastels, we really need to give it something to grip to so that we get some color payoff right away. All right. So I think I'm going to go into this kind of lighter purple shade I used last time. And I think we decided we are calling it Voice Theft. We're just going to put that all over the lid. Is that dry down enough? No, it's still a little tacky. You know what? Maybe we'll go in and do the brows, give it lots of time to dry. All right. I didn't want to make them too like structured and formal. I just wanted to get them whacked in there. It is a first date, and I wanted to just keep this light and fun. I didn't want to really go too high drama. Just, you know, I'm having the hardest time not talking through every single step so that you don't have to watch all of it. I'm going to let AI cut all of it out. But I was listening to some of the songs from Six right before this, and I've got one of the songs stuck in my head. I want to like sing it during the pauses. And it's like, don't do that. Don't know. Because first of all, y'all don't want to hear me try and solo. No. Second of all, copyright. So let's get this on here. It's still a little tacky, but I think that's going to be fine. Yeah, see, that's giving us something to grip to. It is not like cold in the studio today, but it's been raining off and on. And so it's like not as warm as usual, and it's kind of damp in here. And it's not been very nice. So that's probably not helping. So I'm just getting this kind of filled in onto my main lid space. Not really concerned too much with shape or anything yet, because everything else will get blended in a bit. You know what? I might be lying. I forgot I pulled something. But let's keep going because I think I may not be lying entirely. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch to a fluffier brush now. And I want to go into this palette I pulled out earlier. It's the Amethyst palette from Smoke and Mirrors. And this is a old Five Below find. And I'm going to go into this sort of light rosy pink here and pull that onto my fluffy brush. And I'm just going to go all the way around the lid and sort of soften the entire outside. So that's going to be the crease, my inner corner, and out towards the edge of my eye. And I'm going to do that with a soft kind of blending swirly hula motion, as one of my old bosses used to say. Anytime she was doing this motion, she said hula. This is going to be depositing color as well as blending and softening that edge. And it's not quite smoking because we're not pulling and dragging it anywhere. And we're actually adding a lighter color. And I mean, you can smoke out with lighter colors, but usually when you think of smoked eye, you're thinking like browns, blacks, grays, blues. Not usually, you know, lavenders and pinks, but I guess it can be. And I'll repeat it on the other side. Very, very quietly. Just want to pop in here real quick. I was using the built-in mirror at the top here because I didn't have to worry about covering my face with the camera. And I noticed that in very small letters in white here, it names the shade. So I wanted to pop in and let you guys know. I'm using the shade Energy in case you have the same palette or wanted to grab the same palette. So that's it. Going quiet again. All right. Now, I'd forgotten that I grabbed this as a possible option. So If anyone's been with this channel since the beginning, you might remember this. This is a liquid multi-chrome eyeshadow from the brand Arusar, maybe? And I don't know if it has, yes, it does have a shade name. It is the metallic liquid eyeshadow in shade 01 Mermaid's Tears. And if that is not ethereal AF, I don't know what it is. So I'm going to just give a little bit of a tap, tap, tap up in here like that. And then I'm going to blend it out with my finger just in the center of the lid. That way our blending still comes through like that. Now we get the shift. Now you can use this at its full strength. Let me swatch it for you so you can see what I mean. If you want to keep that blue at full strength, you can, and it's got that gorgeous shift. I just wanted a little bit less intensity. So we'll go ahead and do the same thing. Oops, used it all on my arm. All right, now let's get it off my arm. I totally forgot that I'd pull that out as a possible option, but I'm glad I remembered because that makes this entire process so much easier. And that was a Amazon find, and I believe it was a 3-pack with a couple other shades. And the other shades were a lot darker. They were like a deep purple, royal blue into like almost a deep maroon shade like this. And then there was another that was almost a rainbow, if I remember correctly. You know what? I might be able to, oh my gosh, how good am I? So these are the other 2 that came in this set, like that. The other 2 are a little too intense for what I wanted today. RIP my face when I wash it later, because this takes a bit of work. They call it metallic, which, I mean, I guess the glitter is possibly made out of metal, but I would definitely call it a liquid glitter eyeshadow, but to each their own. All right, that should be good enough. So now what I want to do, I've got this paintbrush, and I could use brushes like these as well. In fact, I'll keep these available in case I don't get what I want, but uh-oh. Oh, are you broken or did you just come on? I think my water bottle may be kaput. Either that or it just became loose. We shall see. Okay. I think it may have just come loose, and the fact that it got a little smushed is just kind of a lousy deal. All right. So what I want to do is 2 things. One, I want to see if I can get eyeliner out of the UV paint. And then I'd also like to do a couple little 4-point stars just to kind of tie in the rest of the look. So now that we've got all the shades to choose from, I think I want to go into maybe this aqua for the eyeliner, or would that be a little too clashy? No, let's go into this top purple. I think I remember it being a nice kind of cool toned lilac. Let's look at it. Okay, so these are water activated, hence the spray bottle, and we're going to mix it up here in the pan until we get an ink-like consistency. Now, I am no expert. If you want to see somebody who absolutely has this down to a T, she is my inspiration in this. She is freaking just incredible in general. If you are looking for an influencer who isn't going to make you feel bad about yourself, an influencer who has an inspirational story, an influencer is no BS, an influencer that is going to be a little bit different than everybody else. Yeah, she will do the trends, and yeah, you know, you're going to get some of the same types of things from time to time, but who's just, you know, like you feel like you could run into her at Walmart, I guess is what I'm going for. You know, she's going to kind of be the mom you run into at the PTA who, yeah, she might be a little quirky, and sure, she might be a little intimidating because that day her makeup might be super fierce, or she might be the one you want to go sit to and be like, she is so cool because my little, you know, child is pointing and going, mommy, mommy, look at her fun earrings, or mommy, mommy, look at her cool outfit, or mommy, mommy, is she a doll? You know, I don't have kids. These are my make-believe kids, but yeah, if you just want to follow a very cool influencer and somehow you are watching my video but you have not heard of her yet, go and follow Lynn's Makeup Looks. I will tag her, if not in this whole video, in this section at least. All right, so I feel like this is it. So you want something loose, but something that's not going to drip. And I will hold up the pan so you can see what I'm talking about. Well, it dripped a little bit, but it didn't like fall off in water because there's a little bit of different consistency. So we're not pouring water out is what I'm going for. So in fact, I am going to, now that I'm looking at it, I am going to use maybe, actually I'm lying. I'm going to use this brush for my eyeliner just because I want to be a little closer to my actual eye. These brushes are all a little bit long for me right now. And honestly, I would rather have this pan dry up as I'm spending more time talking to you guys than have it too wet. I'll go in and add a little more water. All right, so let's see if I can get this done. Okay, I'm going to use the same technique. If I need to hold it and wait because my eyes start twitching or my hands start shaking, whatever. All right, we know this. We love this technique, okay? I'm not going to attempt a wing yet. I just did one half, and now I'm going to do the other half. Oh, I just blinked. It's okay. We can clean it up. So we're going to do that while it's still wet. Got a little here under the eye, and a little bit up here. Oh, starting to dry. I know. It's my own spit. It's fine. All right. And if I wipe a little bit of the glitter off, I can add a little bit more in. But I'm going to get up real close for you guys. I know this is your favorite part, me awkwardly charging the camera. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like right now. So it's a little thicker than I would normally do, but it is paint. So it is what it is. I'm going to grab this. So now it's drying up a little bit. I'm going to add another drop of water, if I can get one. Okay. And I'll use this same brush that I was using before to mix it. And then I'll dip in. This side's a little bit trickier. Okay. I'm not worried too much about getting it on my lashes because I'm going to use a tubing mascara. So it'll cover it up. And if my lashes glow a little bit in the blue light or black light, oh well. Heck yeah, that was almost perfect. Yes, I'm getting better with this stuff. Water activated liners are super popular right now. I know Glisten Cosmetics does a really good line of them. They've actually partnered with Lindsay to do her own palette. Holograve Cosmetics, who I've talked about on the channel before, she has some really cool ones. So yeah, just, you know, being able to spray them on your own means they're not going to dry out like, you know, something like this would, because it's made to be reactivated. When this dries out, it's done. So pretty cool. All right, so I'm thinking I want to go into the white for the little stars, because if they are kind of less noticeable until the lights go on, very cool, right? Oh wait, I gotta do the wing. Okay, wing. Yes, get a little bit thinner. Okay, so I don't know how well this is gonna drag. So my normal technique is to go to the corner where my lashes meet and then just drag it out, but we'll see. So we're gonna go to the corner. Oh, that was pretty easy. Now we're gonna take it back. Okay, beef it up and fill it in. I'm not mad at that at all. Not at all. Let's see if we can do it on the other side. Go to where they meet. Let it continue. Okay, let it drag back in. Beef it up a little. Fill in the blank. I ain't touching it. That's excellent. Okay, so let's activate the white then. That was cool. So which one do I want to use for my little dingling? No, I think I will go ahead in with this one for the little stars, because they're just little stars. All right, I've got my brush loaded up. And essentially, I'm going to make a long cross and then kind of beef up the inner corners. And I'm not going to attempt to make them equal, so they're going to be kind of randomly placed. So let's get one right here. Yeah. Okay, now fill in the corners. Okay, stabilize because I'm shaking. What is happening? Okay, time to just breathe through the shaking. There we go. I am allowing myself sugar and caffeine today because the doors for the roller rink open at 9. As we all know, don't get caffeine except on special occasions. And me and caffeine are not good friends. So the brush is going in the direction I don't want it to go. I want it to go this way and the brush is going that way. So I think I'm going to remove this and start over. And you know what? I think I'm going to give myself a denser brush as well. I think that might be part of the problem. I've been eyeing this one, so let's see if that helps. Ooh, too much water. Okay then. I don't like this brush either. Okay, it's okay. We've got lots of brushes. I'm just gonna leave you guys here and I am going to go wash this one. I'll be back. All right, let's try this again. Oh, and now we're a little too wet or dry. It's okay. Actually, I just watched, was it? Yeah, it was Lindsay actually doing a Glisten Cosmetics advent calendar, and they had brush kits in the, I think it was just 3 brushes in each of the advent calendars. So there are brushes specifically for water activated eyeliners. So if you are interested in trying liners, you don't have to go through this if you don't want to. There are brushes just for this. But all right, let's try this again. So hand dry. Okay, sorry TikTok, I might be at a different angle. I had to pause there for a minute because I realized I forgot to tell my date something important. Also, the crosses are gone. Well, the stars are gone because I just couldn't make it happen. The wing was starting to get into bad territory as well. I don't even know if they're even anymore. It doesn't look like it. So yeah, we will be kind of clearing that up real quick. And then we got to move on to the rest of the face. Okay, actually, what is happening right now? I don't even know. Not me having an entire breakdown in about 30 seconds. Okay, did I look better? You guys can't answer me, but I know you're all shouting it because I need the encouragement. Okay, let's get some mascara on and then we're gonna finish under the eyes and the rest of the face. I have about 15 minutes till my warning alarm goes off. That is not the time he's getting here. It's about 15 minutes until he gets there. So I have like, I don't know, 30 minutes until he's picking me up, which is about 30 minutes before the event starts. But here's the thing. Neither of us are in a position to like want to spend a lot of money. Now, that's nothing on him. That's nothing on me. It's a big thing about the state of the economy, the state of the world right now. Like, if we can go earlier and get in line because the first 100 people get in free, like, why the heck wouldn't we? You know what I mean? Like, you can arrive on time and spend way less money on this date, or you can like wait and go later and spend money. Obviously, we're gonna get there on time and try and be one of the first 100. Like, duh. So anyway, hopefully this tubing mascara didn't quite get all from the top, but hopefully this helps cover some of the splatter I got on my actual lashes. Okay, goodness. Let me clean up my space a little bit. I'm actually not nervous about the date at all. Like, so I think I am dropping everything. Dear Lord, this is bad. So raise your hand out there in internet world if you have heard of the dating app called Field, F-E-E-L-D. It's like a double entendre of like playing the field and being, you know, felt, having feelings, you know, that sort of thing. I have struggled on traditional dating apps in this area because this is a very conservative area, and I'm not a very conservative person. I am the type to just be really outspoken. I'm quite political, as you have seen, and I just, like, I don't think it's too much to ask that everybody be treated equally, that we let people live the way they want to live, love who they love, just be who they are. I don't think that's a big thing, but apparently it is in this area, so whatever. All right, now I want to get a little more drama. I'm going to go into this shimmer here, which might be called Deep Sea. It's a deeper blue with all these like shifty colors. And I'm going to go in a flat brush like this, and we're just going to go and line underneath my eye. And that's going to finish my eye look, and I will do the rest of my face. I'm going to do something with this hair, switch my top, and I'm pretty much done. Y'all know how quickly I can do my face, so I'm not too worried about that. Because there's never... Oh, it's one of these soft ones again. Darn it. I probably should have felt it before I did something with it. But again, it's a roller rink. It's supporting the LGBT club in town. So can there be too much glitter? I think not. I think not. Never too much glitter. I could have wished for a little bit more shimmer versus glitter, but the lights are going to be flashy and stroby and all that. So who cares if there's a little bit more glitter? Not me. But yeah, I'm not nervous about the date part at all. Getting there on time, maybe being a little cold. I still haven't decided if I'm going to skate. I'll bring a pair of socks probably, just in case, but like, I don't know. I'm 43, I'm fat, and I will probably hurt myself. But I don't know, if he's like kind of confident and if he's gonna like hold my hand the whole time, then maybe I will, but I don't know. There, what do we think? Was I holding this in front of me the whole time? Probably. You guys think, let me get over here, YouTube. Sorry. All right. If y'all don't love it, too late. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's go in. I'm not even gonna contour. You know, I haven't used this blush in a minute, so let's go in with an old favorite and find my right here in front. Since we're not contouring, let's go in and just load it up and let the blush do it for us a little bit. And maybe we'll bronze just a little, just like that. Okay, how do we feel about, no, got it. My bronze palette up here is a good brush. Go in with this one. Let's pick a medium warm shade. I'll do this one over here. We'll just do like this. Get the baby hairs, all kinds of flying. We'll do a little here under the cheekbones and through here, just to give me a little bit of color. And of course, we're gonna go in with highlighter, a lot of it, everywhere. Gonna do the nose, brow bone, cupid's bow, cheekbone, a lot on the cheekbone. All right, and for lips, I think I'm gonna go with a vinyl ink, but I'm gonna line it with a pencil. This one here. And yeah, it really needs to be sharpened, but I don't have time to find where mine is right now. Like that. Ooh, it is 8:15 on the dot, so you're good. Gonna fill this in, give them a little mix together. Then I've got a new lip oil that I'm gonna add to it, but I don't have it here with me. Oh, what happened right there? Where is my brush? That was not cute. I need more eyebrow brushes. There we go. All right, so now let's spray this. And that is the look. What do we think? I really wish I could have gotten the water activated liner to do what I wanted it to do, but I think in the end we kind of made it work. It's not as great. I wanted more little doodles, but it's all right. Not everything works the way we want it to the first time. It's all good. So with that, I'm going to sign off. I will, of course, add photos at the end of everything. And I got to do something with my hair, change, you know, the whole deal. So be kind to yourself. Stay safe. That is not my sign off. So stay safe. Be kind to yourself. I love you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Mr. Origami, make them fold again. Kill the body, so I'm sending my condolences. I'm a flamer, if I did it, then it's smoldering. So you got it from the pros, I'm the one coaching them. Head in the iCloud, keep my toes in. Open door policy, so I'm going in. Wrist froze like it's low.